I would never be like, oh yeah, I want to put red in my crease, but somehow Natasha Denona just inspires me. She just brings it out.
Hi guys, this is Sarah from Makeup by Sarah and welcome back to my channel. This is my second sister channel to Aura Beauty and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Today we have something super exciting. Today I'm going to be doing a in-depth look with the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette. This is not a new palette, but I just got the palette, so it is new to me. These are all the shades. They're so amazing, and just like the Natasha Denona, all the other palettes except for the larger palettes, it's $129, 2.5 grams per pan, so they're around $8 per eyeshadow. And I just love Natasha Denona. I really think that she can do no wrong when it comes to eyeshadows. So I mean, I can't help but have a small bias that I already know that I'm gonna love this eyeshadow. So I was inspired by this girl on Instagram. It was on Natasha Denona's Instagram, and it's a very like vibrant, like coppery brown smoky eye, but it's like very blown out. It's very, very dramatic. I'm gonna do something that is very similar to this, but it's gonna have my own take on it. Of course, I'm not going to probably do something crazy dramatic, but we'll see how it goes. So if you guys are interested in seeing the eye look that I come up with and all the swatches and my thoughts on the palette, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so for these swatches of the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette, starting all the way over from here, we have Atmosphere, Sinai, Ice Gold, Mandarin, Bronzage, Volcano, Ubaid or Ubad, Horizon, and Sundazed. Terra, Bermuda, Morgana, Panagen, Ingenious, and Sol. Okay, that's it for the swatches. Let's go ahead and get right into the eyes. So I already have done my eyebrows. I actually did do my eyebrows today with a brow pomade by Makeup Revolution, and I kind of carved out my eyebrow just a little bit. I usually don't do this, but I feel like for this look, like I have to have some definition on my brow. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of prep my eye first before we start. And I'm going to go into the Natasha Denona Sculpt and Glow palette. Like I love this palette right here, and I'm going to go into the cream concealer, and I'm just going to kind of use that as a base first. Just going to put all over my eyelid. We are going to be using tape for this look. And I'm just using a Real Techniques large shader brush. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I think the first shade that I'm going to dip into is this shade right down here in the corner, and I will put all the names just up on the screen because I'm not going to remember them and it'll just be a lot easier for the both of us. I'm just going to take a really small tapered brush. Usually I use this for underneath my eyes, but today I'm just going to kind of put this like as a wash all over my eye. And it really, you can do this kind of messily because we're doing our eyes first, so I haven't applied any base or anything like that to my face. So you can be a little bit more messy. This is a beautiful shade. And I'm just patting this eyeshadow in. You don't want to kind of move this brush back and forth too much on a wet concealer, because if not, you're just going to get really patchy eyeshadow over the top of it, and it's going to look a little strange. So that shade completely applied, and now our eyes are ready for eyeshadow. So I did not actually come up with like a game plan like I usually do before I started filming. I just wanted to sit down and just get to it. I looked at a few of Natasha Denona's pictures on Instagram, and I got some inspiration, but I am going in this kind of blindsided, so it'll be a bit of an experience for the both of us. So I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M504 brush. It's like just like a fat pointed taper blending brush. It's a little bit frayed right now because I use it so much. And I'm going to mix that base shade that I used, and I'm gonna go into this lightest, like on the orangey brown side, and I'm just gonna kind of really sculpt out my eye here. And in the photo, the girl that I saw on Instagram, on Natasha Denona's Instagram, it was really blown out, really smoky. So actually, you know what I think we're gonna do, just so that I don't get too carried away, I think I'm gonna tape my lids. I'm just gonna use some Scotch tape, and I'm gonna create like a little bit of a barrier so that I don't get too crazy with the darker colors, because I think that this look can really, and I think I'm just gonna take it out further than I usually do, because I want a dramatic look here, I really do. And then the rest of the face is really gonna be clean. I really got inspired from a lot of those pictures that I saw, but then I really didn't decide, okay, like I'm gonna use this here. Usually before I do a look, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use this color in my crease, I'm gonna use this color on my lid, I'm gonna, deepen with the shade. I kind of have a game plan. I kind of blindsided myself here. And so I'm just gonna keep on applying. I'll see how it makes it so much easier, because I'm just gonna keep on applying that out to my corner and then slowly working it inward. I'm gonna take the Morphe Y18 and I'm gonna go into this brown right here. And I'm just going to get that outer portion as low as I can towards the lash line, and then going almost like extending it out like a cat eye, but then we'll blend it in. And then I'm going to bring it up into my crease area. But mainly we're going to be focusing this darker brown right out on the outer edge. This is really not going to be the focal color. I think I'm really going to use that this red also, so that's really going to be our deepest shade. So this is kind of my transition, you could say. And now I'm going to go into that red shade, and I'm going to mix that red shade with this orange shade right next door. And I'm going to kind of place that right on that outer V. Like, I'm not going to take it out, I'm just going to place that right there on the outer V. And I'm taking really small pointed, like tapered blending brush. It doesn't have any frame, so it's going to be really precise. And I'm just going to do that outer corner. Now we're not going to be blending this color like too far, except for like right here on the outer edge. And then I'm also going to take that inward on the inner corner. It's so pigmented. I mean, seriously guys, like, have you ever seen a red this pigmented? I've actually not played with this eyeshadow, so if you're like, why is she so surprised? Like, I have not really went in on this palette yet. I did like swatch some of the shimmers and I was like, ooh, that's pretty, but I didn't like go in. And then you want to take it on the inner corner just like I just did. And we're gonna do like a halo eye, but it's not gonna be like those Instagram halo eyes. It's gonna be really defined. That picture that she has, she just looks super gorgeous, like super runway. And a lot of Natasha Denona's eye looks, they're like super blown out and super runway, but yet very sophisticated and very wearable, I feel. I would never be like, oh yeah, I want to put a red in my crease, but somehow Natasha Denona just inspires me. She just brings it out. And then I'm just going in with just the red by itself, not mixing it in, and see, it just it just does something. Have that red down, we can go ahead and kind of blend this out. So I'm going to take a nice little fluffy crease brush. Any crease brush will do, but just make sure it's nice and clean. This is the Bellini 228. And it's got no product on it, just kind of buffing this red shade and blending it out so that it's super blown out on these edges. It's just like they blend so well, even this red shade. I've never worked with a red shade and been like, ooh, yeah, that gives me life. I go back into that red like after we put down the shimmer shades. Now I want to use as many colors as I possibly can, but I also want like a very vibrant lower lash line. No, these two I'm going to use all over the lid and highlight this right in the center. And then I'm going to do this one on my inner corner. It's going to be like it's going to be very vibrant. Okay, let's just cut the crease. Let's just do what we're supposed to do. Follow the rules. I'm going to take a more thick concealer instead of the Natasha Denona one. It's just not really that thick. I don't think it's going to get this job done and cover the red. So I'm just going to take like a nice flat but a short brush so that I can really get precise on this cut crease, because I don't want it to be like an Instagram cut crease. I just want it to be soft but like super impactful. See, whenever you're doing like any kind of cut crease or a halo eye, or you're cutting anything, cutting a lid, you want to just kind of line it up with your pupil, because that's where light is generally going to hit whenever you're looking at something, and that's when people are going to notice, you know, this anyway. So you kind of want to start there and then just the top doesn't have to be super defined, because I'm not going to do that super defined cut crease. I don't want to take too much color from the inner corner, because I think it looks so stunning. Natasha Denona is always really solid. She gives the same amount of product in each pan. She does the same thing. You know, there's nothing to be unexpected. Like, you kind of know that you're going to get the same kind of quality on each palette. And I'm just going to take a small packing brush, and I'm going to go in first with this very copper shade first, and then more towards the center I'm going to put this one because it's much more bright. It just doesn't look like it in the pan. It looks like this one would be even darker because it has that red hue. And I'm going to spray my brush. You can use any setting spray. I'm using the Fresh Vitamin Enriched Nectar. And I'm just going to put it right there on that line. And slowly blend it. I'm going to do the same for the inner corner, same placement. Look how vibrant. I mean, it's just so, and it lays on her shadows just lay on your lid just so beautifully. Now I'm going to go in with that brighter shade right in the center. Yes, honey. I'm feeling all kinds of fiery vibes right now. Look at that. This shade is actually really good for me because it really makes green eyes stand out. And I have more of the green hazel, but whenever I wear shades like this or purples, it's like boom, you can see my eyes from like a mile away. Okay, and now I'm going to go, now that I have the colors down, I'm going to go in with my finger to that really bright shade and kind of just brighten up that center with my finger. Because these shades are going to apply much more, yes. They're going to apply much more pigmented with your actual fingers than they would on a brush. Even if you spray fixed glass, like I just feel like her foiled shadows, they just look so much better when you apply them with your fingers. But I do like to map it out with a brush first, that's why I did that. Okay, now I think actually right in the center, I'm gonna use this gold shade. Now this shade, when swatching it, it just seems like just mica to me. Like it just seems like a golden you know, mica reflect. And I'm just gonna put that at the base, right there. It's gonna give you that fire look, like flame. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with that blending brush that I did with the red shade, and I'm gonna take the red, and I'm just gonna kind of bring the red back to focus here. Kind of, it can get lost whenever you're cutting the lid and you know you're trying to find your chi. But I still like putting down the red first because I was asked one time like, oh, why don't you just put down the glitter shades and then just do your colors around it? And you just kind of want to map out like where your placement is, I feel. At least I do, because it just makes me feel more comfortable, like I know where I'm going. And then you want to go back in with a clean brush. I like to use my Japanese brush for this and just start blending. This brush is so good. This is the Japanese 723. It's just a pointed tapered brush, and it just fits so perfectly into my crease. I have more of like a hooded lids, and it just really gets its bristles in there, and it doesn't alter much of anything else, really. It just like gets where I need it to go. If someone asked me, they're like, how did you get so good so quickly? Because like I changed a lot of like my steps, and what I did, it was really the tools that I started to invest in. I really started to invest in really good brushes and really started to take my time on it. And you can see it started to really show in the work that I was doing. I'm going to go back in with that base shade, and I'm just going to kind of wing it right into that brow area. Just doing eye looks is nothing but like blending and softening and blending and adding and blending, and you know, sometimes the look will look super terrible like until like the last minute, and you blend the edges out and it looks amazing. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone with this light white shade here. Just a slight bit, not a lot. I'm trying to look great, just like that, just to bring a little light to the top of the brow. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do my base and everything off camera, and then we'll finish up the lower lash line and the rest of the face. So I'll see you guys back in just a minute. Okay guys, I know I look super crazy right now and like Casper the Friendly Ghost, but if I'm being honest, the foundation I went in with was a sample of the Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation, and it was so thick that, I mean, I needed this much powder to set it, and it dried super quickly and super weird. It wasn't like very fluid, so it like, I shouldn't have used like a new foundation to test out while I was trying to do this like crazy glam look, but nonetheless we needed powder underneath our eyes anyway because we have to finish off the look. So I'm going to go ahead and take a very fluffy, flat, tapered blending brush, and it's kind of frayed on the outside, and I'm going to go in with my base shade first. And I am just running heavily. I'm really going to smoke out this lower lash line here, and I'm really going to bring it in and kind of diffuse it into this color here. I'm also going to bring that into the inner corner and kind of blend out those edges right here where I was getting that concealer. See, so now it looks super good. It looks much more diffused. Then I'm going to go into this orange shade, and then I'm really going to, I'm just slowly building until we get to that red shade, because I don't want to just plop the red shade here, especially with all this powder underneath here. I don't know how it's going to blend and mix in with it. I'm going to go in with that with the fluffy tapered brush that I used earlier, and I'm going to dip a little bit into that red, just like a hair, like it's barely even on there, and into that orange, And then I'm just going to right here. And I'm really going to stay right here for a hot minute. Just moving in small circular motions. This yellow shade here. And then I'm really just going to blend and soften those edges as well. Oh yeah. I really, yellow was like such a big color this year too. And I was like about it. I was like, yes. Oh, like people are appreciating yellow.
Yes, queen. What?
Alright, now I'm gonna dust this powder off of my face. This extra powder, and kind of use that powder to diffuse those eyeshadows. Yeah, like one of these. This is the names off of it. It's part of the Morphe Gilded collection with a small little pencil brush, and I am going to put a little bit of that shade that I have right in the center. But I'm going to use this shade to really brighten it up. That is what I wanted. So pretty. I'm going to take this shade right here, this bronzy shade, and I'm going to put that right in my inner corner. This was what she did, and you could see how it brings like a whole different kind of dimension. Most of the time, like most of my looks, like I use like a super bright shade for my inner corner, but I just want to keep this all like super fiery. So I already cream contoured underneath, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into this Sculpt and Glow palette, and I'm just going to take this contour shade right here. It's like a perfect contour shade. And we're just going to, I'm using a crown brush. It's almost like a blush brush, but I like how angular it is for this. I want to be a little more precise. Forehead. My actual contour brush, so I'm just going to go over it with that brush. This is like a perfect brush to diffuse. These are all from the Crown collection. Let's put my hair back. I like to hold my hair so that my hair doesn't get all crazy, because I like to just really diffuse out that color. Make it look super blended, like you woke up like this. Good job. No double chin today, honey. Okay, and for blush, I'm going to go into the Milani Luminoso. Just give me a little color on my cheeks. Voila. Blend it back into the bronzer. Kind of tie in the look. There's so much boldness on my eyes right now. I feel like my face needs just a little bit lighter. For highlighter, I'm going to go into the Pixi Highlighter Duo. This is in Subtle Sunrise. So gorgeous. Like, I am obsessed. And I'm going to go into this shade right here, the lighter one. Maybe I'll mix them both because of the eye look. My face is a little damp. Oof. Highlighter just does it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes and put my lips on, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts. I'm gonna go fix my hair too. Okay guys, so this is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you did, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like the video. Comment down any questions that you guys may have, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.